Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to another fabulous week of our Shakespeare class. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the comedy so far. Shakespeare has a very fun sense of humor. Sometimes it's a little twisted, but I love how he uses the comedic voice to share some ideas that maybe his audience needed to think about or reconsider, maybe call into question some stereotypes or preconceptions that folks had just assumed were right, but that Shakespeare kind of holds a mirror up to and is like, hey, is this really what you want to be doing? He does a lot of that, but he does it with this humorous approach, which makes his ideas much more accessible. It makes people much more willing to consider them with kind of an open mind, as opposed to like being confronted in a more argumentative fashion, or even through literature in like a tragedy. You have to deal through some negative emotions before you can start talking about a challenging topic. With this, you can open those conversations with a smile on your face, which is kind of cool. I think it's a very powerful tool. And Shakespeare used it very, very well as he discussed ideas on the stage with an audience that maybe wouldn't agree with his point of view. So I love that he's able to do that with humor. And this week we get to do Twelfth Night, which is fabulous. Twelfth Night is not one of Shakespeare's most popular plays, but I love what it says about friendship, what it says about the bonds within a family, whether it's created family or biological family. And I love how gender stereotypes are played with a bit here, because once again, we have some very excellent cross-dressing happening. And if you'll remember, on the stage in Shakespeare's time, women were not allowed to act. So anytime there's a woman on stage, it's a male actor pretending to be a woman in the play. And so in Twelfth Night, you have this character of Violet, or Viola. In the movie version, her name's Violet. In the book, in the play, she's Viola. She decides to dress up as a man because she's in kind of a dangerous place and it's not safe to be a woman there. So she dresses up as a man. And so it's a male actor pretending to be a girl, pretending to be a boy, which is like a whole layer of complication on here. And then she starts giving advice on what it means to be a woman and falling in love while pretending to be a dude. So like it is so layered. It's really, really cool. And it blurs a lot of really interesting lines there. So we're going to be reading Twelfth Night this week. Start your reading today. Remember, we want to have that done by Friday. And then we've got a really interesting article called Molding Malvolio. Malvolio is kind of the villain character in here. There's not like necessarily a villain in this play, but he is a dislikable character for sure. But he definitely gets punished for it, and like you kind of feel bad for him at the end, although he doesn't really learn a lesson, so like you don't feel so bad. But really interesting article about the character of Malvolio, what purpose he serves in the play, and what Shakespeare might have been asking his readers to think about by creating this particular character. And then I've got a great recorded lecture on Twelfth Night for you in the modules tab. Those lectures are really, really helpful as you think about your assignments and as you think about any tests that might be coming up. On the note of tests, the date on the Shakespeare's comedy quiz was set wrong in Canvas, and so I've extended that date. It's now due on the 15th, and anyone who attempted it, I've opened up a second attempt for you, so you can go ahead and take it again if you wish, with the new information that you gained this week. So changed that date. We have one more week to work on that, and if you already took it and want to retake, you definitely can. So that you can use this new 12th Night information as a part of your quiz. Sorry, I have a dog who thinks he's a person and he keeps coming over and talking to me here. And then we are going to watch an interpretation of Twelfth Night. There are a lot of really excellent Twelfth Night plays, and I've got some as linked for you in the modules tab. So if you want to watch the actual play, we can definitely do that. But this is one of those plays that got converted to a much more modern form. Like 10 Things I Hate About You is a modern form of The Taming of the Shrew. She's the Man, an Amanda Bynes movie, is a modern version of Twelfth Night, and the librarians have actually got a free copy for us, and I'll show you where that is. Then we've got our discussion board due on Friday, where you get to talk a little bit about Twelfth Night, the purposes of dramatic irony and situational irony in this play, which is really fun. Lots of irony in the play, just so much. As a spoiler, I will talk about it a lot in the recorded lecture as well. And then in addition to the comedy quiz, we've got a little fun creative assignment where you get to talk about one of the plays we've covered so far and create kind of a headline for it. And so newspaper style, we'll be doing that as a creative outlet for this assignment. So that's what we're working on this week. I do want to go into the modules just real quick so you can see where all of these resources are located. As always, we have a folder for each of our assignments, each of our plays. We're in 12th night, so this is week 6. Here's the recorded lecture for you. Here's the PowerPoint if you want to go through it at your own speed. Here is the video of 12th night. You can get it from your local library if you want it on DVD. But we've got access to it from the CBC library as well, and I'll put that link in the announcements. Here's a free copy by the Royal Shakespeare Company if you want to watch the actual play in its Shakespearean language. Once again, our No Fear Shakespeare translation, which makes it so much easier to read the play if you're struggling with any of the archaic language. And then here's that Molding Malvolio article that I talked about how this character functions within the play, because he's kind of a confusing one. And I think this is a really neat analysis of who he is. So lots of fun stuff coming our way this week. As always, if you have any questions, reach out. I'm here to help. Have fun, and I hope you enjoy 12th night.